Hi, I'm Jason, and this is the Cultural Breakdown. So, in this news today, AntiWoke comic book startup crushes second pre-order campaign, and this is from the Daily Caller. AntiWoke comic book entrepreneur Eric July's second pre-order campaign for his Rippaverse endeavor surpasses its goal the same day after launching on Monday. July's startup goal for his pre-order campaign was initially $350,000. Since the launch at 10:05 a.m. on Monday, the campaign for comic Isom #2 has achieved that goal and is still rapidly growing despite site errors due to massive traffic. Yeah, that was the thing. People were trying to get on earlier today, and it was just crashing because there was just so much traffic on this. But let me just actually go over to their site right now and just see where they're at. So yeah, their goal was 350,000 and 779,000 right now. Still 75 days left to go in the campaign. And right now they're also posting like everything that they're actually selling, at least the different covers. And let's compare this to their first campaign. This for the Isom #1. The campaign goal was 100,000. They've reached 3.7 million. So this one has a bit more of a budget that they're trying to reach on it. But I mean, obviously they did that. Are they going to get the 3.7 million? Who knows? It's possible. But either way, I mean, I bet they're pretty happy about this so far. One thing I would like to point out, though, is the characterization an anti-woke comic book entrepreneur. I don't think this is really anti-woke. I read the first one, and it's just a comic book. It's not really an anti-woke. I mean, it's only anti-woke is so far as it's not pushing any obvious agenda, even though Eric July has a lot of political opinions online. But in the comic book, it's really just kind of avoided that. It's just a regular superhero comic book. I mean, that's it. That's what people like about it. In fact, I think a lot of the success comes to their code of ethics that they try to stick by. Granted, a lot of companies have their own ethics, and as they grow, they try to shift. They kind of drift away. But I mean, if you stick with them, I mean, I think customers will come back to you. And these are just the principles that they have: respect the customer, canon continuity, a comprehensive timeline. Yeah, you don't do all these multiverses, you don't do reboots and limited runs or anything like that, or else world stories. It's just all the same, and I think that's actually a good way. It's more accessible for people as opposed to a lot of things from like, I don't know, like DC and Marvel, where sometimes you don't necessarily know where to pick up if you want to get into like let's say you wanted to get into Batman comics. Where do you start with that? It's like, and yeah, it could be daunting for some people, but I think this part right here is kind of important for their success. We've seen what works, and we've certainly seen what not to do. Rippaverse Comics is the product of a comic book guy that still believes the magic of the culture. With that being said, we are guided by a set of principles that remain the staple of this company. Yeah, as a comic book fan, Eric July knows what he wants to see in a comic, and he's just giving that to people. And as a result, people are buying his book. Granted, are there people who are buying this because they like his work online and they just want to support him? Yeah, I'm sure there is, but you want to get people coming back and buying it in the amount that they are if they didn't actually enjoy what it was. And that's just the thing. If you just want to have a good comic book that doesn't try to push a message, it's just not trying to be anything than more than what it is. It's trying to just be a good comic book, a superhero story that people like, then go for it. If you want to have a message, well, okay, yeah, there's other places that you can go for that. Those don't tend to sell well because they're just not as well written, or the people who buy them or who want that stuff just don't have the money to spend on it. But either way, I mean, you're going to start seeing more stuff like this with independent people just creating their own thing, because in the world that we live in now, it doesn't take a big studio or anything like that to make this. It literally just takes an individual with the will to actually do it and to follow through with it. So if you want to make something, do it, be persistent about it. It's going to be effort, but in the end, if you're actually passionate about it and you're good at what you do, you're going to find an audience, or at the very least, that's the best way to try to find an audience. Don't try to make it into something that you think people want. At least that's what I think it is. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure to like and share the video and to subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you.